Hey everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander Score Studio. Welcome to the show. So the Summer Superdrop 2023 has finally been revealed, and I'm here to tell you, well, whether you should be buying it or not, or buying the individual drops or not. Now, I'm not going to be telling you based on, your own style, your own preferences, what you enjoy about certain cards. Maybe you have a deck builder on a certain commander or a certain card that you absolutely love and you really want the art of it, and it's in this. Great. I don't know individually what you like. What I do know, though, are the current value of these cards that are being printed. And I can tell you, value-wise, is it worth buying certain or any of these drops? So with all that said, let's jump into them. So, first up, we've got the Stars Gaze Back. These all come, I should say, these all come in foil and non-foil. I believe every single one of the non-foil versions is $29.99. I think all the foil versions are $39.99. I'm going to be going based on the non-foil version. Just makes it easier when it comes to comparing these things, okay? Here we go. So this one apparently comes with 4 cards. Flamekin Harbinger, Omnath Locust Rage, Risen Reef, and Voice of Resurgence. Let's quickly look through the art. Oh, actually, well, fantastic art. You can see some of it there. But also, individually, we can see, Flamekin Harbinger, Omnath Locust of Rage. Very cool designs. Risen Reef as well, Voice Resurgence. So with all these in total, again, the cost is $29.99. So we'll see how this exactly stacks up. So yeah, let's take a look at the actual cards. Flamekin Harbinger currently is, for its base version, the least expensive version, is what Moxfield is polling, is $2.24. So when it comes to a $30 Secret Lair, typically you want each of those cards to equal around, I would say, if you're trying to get like exactly your money's worth, right? Like what, $7.50? Is that about, 1/4 essentially? I think $7.50, $15, $30. Yeah, there we go. So unfortunately, no, this one's nowhere near it. $5 off, in fact. Next up, Voice Resurgence. This one, back in the day when this was in standard, was a lot more expensive. Now, not so much, just $2.35. So again, those two adding together, that's what, like $5 in total, maybe not even. Then Risen Reef is only an 87-cent card. So, even within my budget standards, which is great that it's in my budget standards, but not when it comes to adding value. Again, so we're around, what, like $6 at this point? And then finally, Omnath Locust of Rage, yeah, big green mean jelly bean. Yeah, only $2.47. So in total, it's what, like $8, maybe $9 in total of value. Now, obviously, when it comes to these Secret Lairs, sometimes the actual Secret Lair versions are more expensive, obviously. Sometimes they're even less expensive, though, than the regular version. So it's not always that easy to guess on which is going to be which, but I can probably tell you that, yeah, for a $30 Secret Lair, getting $9-ish of value, if you're just looking at this as a value play, yeah, you should definitely be avoiding this one. So there you go. Now let's move on to the next one, though, if I could actually do this correctly. There we go. If I could move on to the next one. Thank you, Mitch. Well done. The Artist Series of Ryan Alexander Lee. This one includes 5 cards, though one is kind of, not an actual, it's a card. Nemesis of Reason, Gaia's Blessing, Twilight Prophet, World Spine Worm, and a Worm token. So there you go. A token as well. It is, again, non-foil, $29.99. That's what I'm going to compare this to. Let's start things off with, well, showing you the actual cards because they look quite beautiful. Yeah, I guess I'll show you the art real quick. There you go. There's art. Amazing. Incredible. There's even more, obviously. But yeah, Nemesis of Reason right here. Gaia's Blessing. We've got Twilight Prophet, World Spine Worm, and, of course, the Worm token. There it is in all of its might and glory. So we've got Gaia's Blessing to start off with. This is a 24-cent card. So basically bulk. Just a very, very cheap card that you can get probably for even cheaper than that. You might just be able to find one in your, just collection of cards that you just have lying around. It's a good card, but yeah, it's also just one that's very cheap and not all that used. Twilight Prophet, there you go, $10.42. So again, when it comes to actually bringing, the amount of value that you want, again, I'm not going to consider the Worm token. The Worm token, you can find those for pretty cheap. So let's just say the Worm token doesn't really count when it comes to value. Sure, maybe this version is going to be a little bit, but still, just dividing by 4 cards, $7.50 each. This one is above where it should be, right? Twilight Prophet's a good card. Game for upkeep, if you have the City's Blessing, reveal the top card of your library in your hand. Each opponent's going to get drained based on that card's mana cost. Very, very good card. And yeah, again, currently $10. Next up, Nemesis of Reason. Going the other way, not saying it's not a good card, but hey, 19 cents. Very, very budget-friendly. Overly budget-friendly, even less than a quarter. 3/7 attacks, defending player mills 10 cards. Cool. That has some applications for, yeah, mill decks. Other than that, I guess, yeah, the Sea Monster Travel X2 can use it too. Regardless, only 19 cents. So, adding these together so far, we've got like 25 cents plus 19 cents. It's like 40 plus, what, Twilight Prophet was what, like 10.42? So, yeah, basically $11 That's where we're at right now. So let's see if World Spine Worm can make up the rest. I mean, kind of, but not really. An extra $11, so it's around $22 in total of value out of all these. World Spine Worm is a really cool card. Basically 15-15 trample. Die splits up into 3-15-15s, 3-5-5s. It would be so crazy if it was 15-15s. But yeah. In total, this one, again, for $29.99 for the actual price of this, right? You are getting just, I mean, I guess $22 worth of value. Again, sometimes the prices can vary depending on, you know, what Secret Lair it is. That being said, again, just at a base level, you're not getting as much value as you're putting into this Secret Lair, which maybe we're seeing a pattern here with these. And yeah, some of these cards are really, really, really cheap when it comes to like Nemesis of Reason. Like, that just kills the value of the overall Secret Lair. Moving on. Let's talk about the next one. Bad to the Bones. I love that name. We've got Bottomless Pit, Necrogen Mist, Race Summoning Skeleton, Tiny Bones, and Guy Reach Sanitarium. So this one actually does have 5. I'm not including tokens in the count, obviously, but 5 actual cards. So, I mean, 30 divided by 5. If every card is like $6-ish, you're going to be getting your value back. Guy Reach Sanitarium, not a good start. 88 cents. So, yeah, a budget card for me even. Definitely a card that does see a good amount of play. And again, I should say with this, I just want to keep in mind, hey, if you really like, you know, the designs of these cards, if you like the actual, you know, art, if you really have like a couple of decks that you want to include these in, great, cool, go for it. But if you're looking for value, I mean, yeah, Gary Sanitarium's not exactly bringing it. Bottomless Pit, Necrogen Mist, I probably already should have shown these. Resummoning Skeleton, Tiny Bones, and Guy Reach. There we go. So yeah, Guy Reach Sanitarium, only 88 cents. Let's just round to $1 just for math-wise. Or we could just include it with Resummoning Skeleton. There you go. In total, between those two, $1. Resummoning Skeleton, really, really cheap. Again, a great card, great for Aristocrat style decks. You know, bring it back again and again and again. A really cool card. That being said, very, very cheap. It's been reprinted a couple of times. Next up, Tiny Bones Trinket Thief. There we go. There's some value right there. $9.73. So around like $11 in total value so far. Tiny Bones is a commander that many players out there really do enjoy. A discard style commander. And then a card that players don't enjoy playing against. Many don't. Bottomless Pit, a grossly good card. During each player's upkeep, the player discards a card at random. Now, this is just incredible in discard style decks. That being said, it's only $1.54. So again, what we were at like $11 total. So now we're at like $12.50, $13 or so. And then we've got Necrogen Mists. Very similar. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, the player discards a card from their hand. So not at random, but still, hey, $6, $7, so it's a decent amount of value comparatively. What we're at, like $12.50. So, I mean, like $18, $19 or so worth of value. Again, not even up to what the previous Secret Lair that I just talked about was. I mean, these are all so far coming up short, again, of that $30 mark. So, again, if you like the art's fantastic. If you like, you know, maybe you have a Tiny Bones deck and you really want to utilize these, great, cool. But when it comes to actually getting your value back, again, depending on how players perceive the Secret Lair, depending on how in demand those art styles are, you might not be getting the amount of value back that you actually want out of these. Let's move on, though. We're going to be moving on to Goblin and Squabbling. I love that name. Let me change the card out as well. We've got Goblin and Squabbling. Again, $29.99 for the non-foil version. This one has Goblin Lackey, Goblin Matron, Goblin Recruiter, Muxus, and the Shatter Gang Brothers. So when it comes to the actual art, pretty cool. Really like that. It's like an adventure time kind of designs, essentially. It's really, really sweet. Actually, I really like these. So yeah, there you go. Goblin Lackey, Goblin Matron, Goblin Recruiter, Muxus, and Shatter Gang Brothers. There you go. So technically, like, I mean, 2 commanders in there, actually. And of course, there's a lot of Goblin tribal decks out there. Goblin tribal is one of the most popular tribes out there. We'll see where the actual price comes in, though. I mean, it's starting off really good. Goblin Lackey is a very expensive card. A 1/1 Goblin that costs a single red mana. Whenever it deals damage to a player, you can put a Goblin from your hand right into play. That can be a massive cheating of mana value. Yeah, a really cool card. And again, $20 worth of value. So again, out of, you know, the $30, we're expecting, you know, $6, or sorry, $6. Yeah, $6 per card-ish. There's 5 cards, right? There we go. Math. We are way ahead of the game, again, with Goblin Lackey. But moving on, we've got Goblin Recruiter. Again, helping us out a lot. Around $6 right there. That's $26 in total right now. Yeah, this one, ETBs, go get any goblin put into play, or get any number of goblins, put them on the top of your library, essentially. Again, yeah, so in total, like, you know, $26 some or so. Next up, Goblin Matron. This one's been reprinted a couple times. It's quite cheap now, just 8 cents, not really adding anything, so still like $26.50 or so. Shatter Gang Brothers also not really bring much to the table. Again, just 24 cents, like $27 or so, let's just say that we're at right now. And then Muxus brings about $4, so yeah, you're around like exactly $30, maybe $31 or so when it comes to value. And again, actually, when it comes to value for cards, if you're looking to like buy and sell some of them, yeah, you're also paying for like shipping, and you know, you're losing some out on the sale sometimes, depending if you're selling in person or over the internet. So yeah, this is so far our most amount of value that we're actually getting out of a secret lair out of these, and still we're like just at the amount that the secret lair cost, if not, I mean, just barely over and maybe a bit under depending on where you're selling these and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, $30 in total for this. Again, if you love the art's fantastic. If you got a Goblin deck, maybe if you got a deck built around Muxus or Shattergang, cool. But if you're looking for value, maybe not. Moving on, we've got Death is Temporary, Metal is Forever, an incredible name. Sir Conrad the Grin, Underworld Dreams, Waste Not, Wheel of Misfortune, and Nekosar the Mind Razor. And then we've got some really sweet metal art right here. Some really disturbing, awesome images. Oh my goodness, those are scary. So we've got Sir Conrad, Underworld Dreams, Waste Not, Wheel of Misfortune, and Nekosar. There they are. Again, so we do have 2 commanders in there, actually. So again, if you've got a deck built around Nekosar, a deck built around Sir Conrad, cool. Maybe you want to pick these up. They are just really cool looking. Let's see, when it comes to value, though, Waste Not is a very, very cool card. I absolutely love this card. Opponent discards a card. If it's a creature, you get a zombie. If they discard land, you get mana. If they discard a non-creature non-land, you draw a card. Very cool. Again, discard tribal decks. Love this. Discard tribal. Discard theme decks. Love this. Tiny Bones. Love this. Yeah, and again, it's bringing a decent amount of value for you, around $10 or so. Next up, Underworld Dreams, 45 cents. It's a very good card. Punishing your opponents whenever they're drawing cards, 1 damage per card. That being said, hey, just 45 cents when it comes to actual value. So yeah, we're just at like right above $10 or so right now. Moving on, Wheel of Misfortune. This one does bring $3 to the table. Still underneath the average price of what you'd expect from one of the cards from these secret lairs, though. At least, although our expectations are probably changing right now. Basically, a really interesting kind of like damage slash like wheel effect as well. A cool card. But again, at this point, we're around like what, like $13, $14 maybe. Then there's Nekosar, a commander that can be quite popular, quite brutal as well. Its cheapest version right now is around $5.66. Again, players might be more willing to pay more for a different version of the commander, though, with like a secret lair version. That being said, yeah, in total around like what, like $18 right now or so, I think, if my math's correct. 2 for a zombie wizard. This one punishes opponents by making them draw more cards and also punishing opponents when they're drawing cards. Basically, Underworld Dreams as well. Finally, Sir Conrad the Grim, bringing about $8 worth of value. So yeah, what did I say? We're like at 18, maybe around 19, maybe $20 at the most out of this secret lair, if I got my math correct. This one punishes opponents, or whenever your creatures go here, there, anywhere when it comes to the graveyard. Again, like I mentioned, you know, Nekosar is a decently popular commander. Sir Conrad sees a good amount of play. If players are really excited about these, cool. But yeah, if you're looking for value, it's not really going to be here. I mean, $20, even less value than the previous one. Not even, I mean, 2/3 of the way there, I guess, to the actual price of the secret lair. Moving on, we've got more Adventures in Middle-earth, if I could pull it up. There we go. $29.99. This one actually has a different like bundle with the foil and the non-foil as well. I'm not sure if the others do as well. That being said, hey, Slip on the Ring, Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, Mirror of Galadriel, Shrine Terrace, 4 brand new cards from Lord of the Rings, and they are just planning that, you know, they plan that so they have a secret lair following it up as well to, you know, follow up on that excitement. Some different art on here as well, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like the same art. For Shire Terrace at least. Oh no, it's different art on that. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, some different kind of art, like an old school kind of like TV show kind of art. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we've got Slip on the Ring, we've got Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, Mirror of Galadriel, and Shire Terrace. There's all the individual arts right there. That being said, when it comes to the actual prices, here we go. 11 cents for Shire Terrace. Mirror of Galadriel, 6 cents. So we're at 17 cents in total. Slip on the Ring, 10 cents. So 27 cents in total. And Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, 9 cents. What did I say, 27? So 36 cents in total. So you just paid $30. Again, if you like the art, great. But if you're going for value, definitely avoid this one, because this one is, I mean, and I could be wrong, you know, maybe the value of the art, you know, is just that much that players really go after those. But if you're just looking at a base level for the value of the card, 36 cents and you're paying $30 for it. So yeah, nowhere near worth it, like 1/100th of the actual value. So yeah, not quite. And then finally, let's go on to the last one. I love the name of this, featuring the Mountain Goats. This one is a non-foil for 10 mountains. So yeah, we've seen kind of these before where it's just like lands, and usually it's like one of each basic. This one is just all mountains, which is kind of funny with all the Mountain Goats. It's pretty cool. But yeah, some really cool art with these. I'll just go through quickly all of the cards in the art gallery. There you go. Very cool. Very cool. Yep. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. Great. When it comes to these land ones, they're really just kind of roll the dice, because sometimes land ones can be quite expensive, actually, and sometimes they don't really give you all that much value. So really, again, like just buying mountains. If you're going to buy individual mountains, it's like 3 cents a mountain, maybe even cheaper if you're buying it in bulk, or if you just have them all lying. Oh, if you might just already have like 200 mountains that are ready to go for decks, so you don't need to just go buy 10 out of this for $30, $3 per mountain. That being said, I mean, again, sometimes the art on these does demand a higher price. I'm not sure where it's going to be for these specifically, obviously. But yeah, when it comes to extra list value, like the last one I said, I mean, this one's like 30 cents for the value, so even less than our previous one, technically speaking. So yeah, I hope that this helped, help make your decisions easier if you are planning on buying any of these, Secret Lairs or the Super Drop in general. Yeah, the Secret Lair Super Drop in general obviously has even less value in total. Yeah, it's got the total value, but again, in comparison, obviously, there's only one of these Secret Lairs that actually even made it up to its actual value that you're paying for it, right? So all of them together is going to be quite bad when it comes to value. That being said, it could vary depending upon, again, if the art is just really in demand, then yeah, people might pay more for it. But yeah, when it comes to basically all these, unless you really, really want the art for the cards, I'd recommend probably staying away from these, because I mean, when it comes to the history of Secret Lairs, they seem to be pretty low in terms of the value. I mean, some Secret Lairs have given you basically like twice as much value of what you actually pay on the base level of a card. So yeah, we'll have to see where these end up. But yeah, it seems like you probably should avoid these if you're looking for value. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on in the comments below. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.